A woman says that it is diabolical to make people spend saved up EBT money that they were going to use for Thanksgiving.
It's really interesting, the demonization of poor people once again, which is a capitalism propaganda from billionaires in the first place. But it's really interesting, and I want people who actually genuinely believe that people who are on food stamps or Medi-Cal or anything like that, those people who think, oh, well, you know, those people should get a job and I have to pay for my food, so they should have to pay for their food. I'm glad they're not getting their food stamps or whatever. I want you to look into your implicit biases, and I want you to question why you're angry that someone else is getting help rather than being angry that you aren't getting any help. Like, don't you find it interesting that there's a $300 million ballroom, us as taxpayers are getting sued for $230 million by Donald Trump, etc. Trillions of dollars are going to war that nobody in America said they wanted to put their money at. But you still are blaming the disenfranchised group rather than blaming the companies that are price gouging you, blaming capitalism, making you completely dependent on everything to the point where you probably just eat out because you don't even have the time to want to make food. So it always will never fail to, remind me that that's why we're stuck in this, because you guys are just fucking stupid. If you want to be angry at somebody, be angry at the fact your boss makes how much more than you and you do how much more work. Be angry at the fact that billions and trillions with the T are going to literal bombs in other countries to displace these people too, mind you. These innocent civilians are being displaced by your tax dollars. But your problem is the small percent of people that get food subsidies, which primarily go to elderly people, first of all. But it's also like, okay, so you're mad that these people are spending money on junk and you can't spend money on junk, right? Can we go back to wondering why they're spending money on junk? Is it because they're uneducated and don't know how to cook? Why don't they know how to cook? Why did they take out home ec in schools? They did all of these things to break Americans' legs and make them dependent in every facet, to keep subscriptions going, to, make ultra processed food so you guys can get fat and lose weight and go on a diet and try this healthy stuff and do all these things. And it's just asinine to purely blame. Obviously, there's levels of personal accountability. Obviously, there's rules to the exception. If you don't understand nuance, I guess you're just fucking stupid too. But to sit and blame poor people rather than the people who are actively stealing from you every day when you go to work, these people are actively stealing from you, is just stupid. It's just stupid. And that's why you'll always be poor, because you actually believe that you're going to be rich, which is not true. They want you to believe that. And of course, rules to the exception. Don't be stupid. There's nuance. But if you actually think that you could get yourself up from your bootstraps and you're going to be rich too, you're fucking dumb. You're stupid. You're just stupid. You should be worried about helping your neighbor and helping your community, because at the end of the day, it's not, Republican, Democrat, No. These people are out to keep a system that constantly exploits you. Why do you think the minimum wage is the way it's at? Like, literally every facet of life, down from cars to school, every single portion of your life is designed to make you completely tired, lazy, and dependent, to the point where you don't seek community, you aren't thinking, you aren't reading, and you aren't really looking into why you feel the way you do about certain things. Why do you have the biases you do about certain things? And also, it's so funny, welfare queens, baby mamas, they should have knew what they were getting into before they had these babies. Mind you, black women hold the most degrees. They hold the most degrees, period. Second of all, back in the 1970s and 60s, back with Nixon and Reagan, when they decided they were going to take down the hippies because they were, they didn't like the Vietnam War, they were going to take down the hippies and they were going to take down the black man. If you look into the Black Panther Party if you looked at anything, you would realize that. But the entire, premise was, let's take down the black father, because when you take down a father, you take down the house. That's just the way it is. So they took the black father, took the black nuclear family, and now we're left with communities that are completely broken and people that are completely brainwashed into doing things that are actively harmful to their community. The issue is not these individuals and the, generational trauma they have and the cycle they're repeating. Obviously, the cycle repeating is the problem, but the bigger problem is the lack of education, that the fact they're in the cycle in the first place. And that's what people should be mad at. I can't believe you guys are actually mad that people are upset that they're not going to get their food subsidies. That's just fucking dumb. It's just dumb. Billionaires get subsidies. Elon Musk gets tax breaks. Like, that's literally what the entire Republican, especially Trump, his whole thing is, you don't think that billionaires are the penny pinchers? Look at any rich person. They're cheap as fuck. They're literally the cheapest, most wealth hoarding pieces of shit you've ever seen. But they're not the problem. That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry. That's stupid.
Y'all, I got a bonnet on my moo, but don't mind me. But it's crazy how they taking food stamps away because of a fucking protest. Like, it's really irritating because it's like how family gonna eat, how people gonna eat, how they gonna be able to cook for Thanksgiving, how shit gonna happen, and it's just crazy. And y'all don't know me too much, but I'm Maya, and I'm just starting my TikTok, and I'm just starting to post stuff, and I just really wanted to say that, like, y'all taking food stamps away, not even from just me, but from families that has kids, from people that needs to eat. Like, it's homeless people that probably got food stamps that eat from that. Like, you just never know, and it's crazy how they want to take that away. Like, people doing the protest because they don't want Donald Trump in the office, but Donald Trump is trying to help us get our food stamps back. But people don't realize that, and it's like, you got to do your research. It's like, rent going up high, food stamps getting taken away, then y'all gonna be mad when people going and stealing out of stores. It's just really a lot. Like, I really hope y'all push my video through so people can see this. Like, I'm really hoping that they bring food stamp back. Like I said, not just for me, but for everybody, because that's really messed up. Like, people need to eat. People have to eat. So all I'm saying is, to anybody that sees this video, and anybody, if they go around and they start stealing out the store, don't even stop them. Don't have no police trying to stop them. Y'all know the reason on why people trying to steal, because we have no food stamps. Y'all literally taking away people's food stamps on Saturday, and that's November 1st. I'm correct. I'm not sure, but y'all really doing this, and that's really messed up because people really need food stamps.
And I just really want to know why these restaurants and why these supermarkets aren't giving out free food.
Why is everybody so much in an uproar over food stamps and WIC and benefits? And I'm not talking about us fellow people, because we've always dealt with these sort of issues. But the whites is up in an uproar. They're so mad. Like, why are they so mad? These benefits affect everybody. So they sitting here trying to clown the minorities and shit. Everybody's gonna be affected. Like, are you dumb, stupid, or slow?
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. See you in the next one. Bye bye.